Posted by you/your_locale pothead. Sorry for the mistakes and grammar errors in my post. English is not my first language, Spanish is. This will be a bit confusing, but I, 19F, have a cousin, 23F, who is getting married in a couple of weeks. I am my cousin's maid of honor in her wedding. We have grown up together and have been through hell and back together. She is like the big sister I never had. When I was in 3rd grade, I started wearing glasses because I couldn't see far. She was the first person to tell me I looked beautiful in them because I was insecure about how I looked in them, and that we could match because she wears glasses as well. Well, fast forward to today, I went over to my cousin's and her soon-to-be wife's, 25F, house to talk about last-minute preparations for the wedding and all the fun stuff. When we started talking about pictures of the wedding, this is where Jordan, my cousin's fiancé, told me that I should take off my glasses for the wedding and wear contacts because she doesn't want them to ruin her wedding photos, and that I would look like an outcast and all of the attention would be drawn to me if I'm the only one wearing glasses. To say I was shocked is an understatement. I have always been used to my glasses and I never take them off. I personally don't want to use contacts because it's so much work, and I am a forgetful person and might end up sleeping with them on or something like that. I told Jordan that I wouldn't be comfortable with it and that contacts cost money since I would have to get them in my prescription, which would take a while. I also mentioned that I would much rather wear my glasses because I am more comfortable with them. She told me I was being unreasonable and that my cousin is wearing contacts for the wedding, so I should be a good cousin and not ruin the wedding pictures. If I don't comply, she will tell my cousin to remove me from the wedding, and I can attend as a guest. My heart kind of broke when she said that to me. I know my cousin wouldn't care if I wore my glasses, so I'm here asking strangers for advice. Would I be wrong if I don't wear contacts for my cousin's wedding? And should I tell my cousin about this conversation with Jordan? My cousin wasn't in the room when this conversation happened. She went to buy some food for us. Please help me out. Update 1. It's been an interesting few days and a lot has happened. On Saturday, my cousin called me, saying she wanted to talk about something. I figured that would be a good time to tell her everything that went down with Jordan, so we met at a park next to our grandparents' house. When I got there, she was already waiting for me, but the vibe and energy seemed off. It was tense. I sat down in front of her, and no one said a word for about 30 seconds, but it felt like forever. Then my cousin finally spoke, with tears running down her face, asking me why I wanted to drop out of the wedding and no longer be her maid of honor. I was completely taken aback by what she just told me. I never once said I would drop out of the wedding or that I no longer wanted to be her maid of honor. As I was processing this, she kept asking me questions. Do I not love her? What did she do wrong? Why do I not want to be in the wedding? Why did I miss all of the wedding events she and Jordan planned? Do I no longer value the relationship we have and the things we've been through? After 5 minutes of calming her down, I explained that I never once said I was dropping out of the wedding and that I do love her and value everything we've been through. To explain how close we are, with permission, I want to give you some examples. My cousin was the first person who helped me recover and move on from my toxic and abusive ex, whom I was with for 3 years. She never once left my side. I was also the one who found my cousin after she tried to overdose. I spent every day in that hospital until she got better and was with her through her treatments and therapy sessions. As I was explaining all that to her, I started crying because I couldn't understand why she would think that after everything we've been through. She told me that Jordan was the one who told her I said I no longer wanted to be in the wedding and that I always said I was busy for all the events they had. I looked at her, confused, because I had no idea what events she was talking about. My cousin saw my face and started to realize I didn't know what she was talking about. She started mentioning a barbecue and a weekend trip to Arizona that the whole wedding party went on last month. I told my cousin I didn't know anything about these events and that I never got invited to them. She said, "I thought Jordan invited you?" I never once received an invite or message about any of this. I proceeded to show my cousin my messages with Jordan in the group chat of the wedding party, and there was nothing there about the trip or about me dropping out of the wedding. My cousin was shocked and started asking more questions. "You didn't tell Jordan you wanted out of the wedding? When was the last time you talked to her? Why didn't you get invited?" I explained to my cousin that the last time I spoke to Jordan was when she told me about the contacts. I explained everything to her about how Jordan said if I don't buy contacts, she would tell my cousin to kick me out of the wedding, as I stated in my original post. I even showed my cousin the post, and she was livid. She started going on and on about how Jordan kept bothering her about getting contacts for the wedding. When my cousin would ask her why, Jordan would say, "It won't match the aesthetic of the wedding," and would throw everything off. Finally, after weeks and weeks of this, my cousin broke down and got contacts for the wedding. My cousin looked at me and said that she doesn't care what I wear to her wedding, glasses or not, as long as I'm there, that's what matters. She said she couldn't believe Jordan said that to me, of all people, and she would not stand for it. After talking for about an hour, she left, and I just sat there, shocked by everything that had been said and done. Later that day, around 12 a.m., I received a call from Jordan. At first, I was confused because she doesn't usually call me, but I picked up, thinking something had happened. Instead, it was her crying and screaming at me, accusing me of ruining her wedding and calling me a selfish little bleep. After a minute of this, I just hung up. Then, 5 minutes later, I got a text from my cousin asking me to go over to their house immediately. When I arrived at their house, it was a mess. Stuff was thrown on the floor, paintings were broken, dog toys were scattered everywhere, and there was glass all over the place. It looked like a tornado and an earthquake had double-teamed the house. I walked into where my cousin and Jordan were sitting. Jordan was just crying and screaming. Once she saw me, she started yelling at me and calling me every name in the book. My cousin had to tell Jordan to shut the hell up. Once she did, everything came out in the open. Basically, Jordan doesn't like me and hates that my cousin and I are so close. She has been telling lies to my cousin about me to make her hate me and trying to take my cousin away from the family so she can have her to herself. Jordan yelled, "How the hell am I supposed to know you don't like her or screw her? No cousins are that close." To which my cousin replied, "This isn't freaking Alabama, you idiot. She's my cousin, we grew up together. She was there when I was in the hospital. Where the hell were you? Just because you have a messed up family doesn't mean we do." After that, the night was a blur. I was extremely tired and just wanted to go home. My cousin came with me and has been staying with me since that night. Jordan has been blowing up both my phone and my cousin's phone, asking for forgiveness and a second chance, and wanting to make things right. I told my cousin that if she wants to go through with the wedding, it's up to her because I know she loves Jordan. They've been together for 4 years now, so I understand it can be hard to leave someone you've given your heart to. I'm so sorry for the long update, but that's what's been happening. Thank you to everyone who gave me advice and helped me realize that I wasn't being dramatic or overthinking, it was more of a deeper issue. If anything else happens, I will update again, hopefully not, but we will see. Commenter. If you and your cousin are so close, how come you didn't know about the barbecue or the trip a month later? I can't believe she wouldn't have told you about them afterward or asked why you weren't going to begin with. Ops response. My cousin didn't tell me because Jordan was the one planning most of the events and sending out invitations and information. My cousin trusted that Jordan sent everything to me because all of my cousin's bridal parties said they were going or could make it, except for me. She did say she was confused about why I wasn't attending, but Jordan told her that I said I was caught up with work and other things as well. Update 2. Hello everyone, it's been a long few weeks, both good and bad. A few days after my last update, Jordan's family and friends started blowing up my phone, my cousin's phone, and contacting everyone they could reach. It went as far as stalking and breaking into my cousin's house. You see, the house my cousin owns is one of many houses my grandfather built from top to bottom. He gifted it to my cousin because she was the first in the family to graduate college, so her name is on everything. My cousin ended up kicking Jordan out of the house, which caused Jordan to go completely crazy, screaming, crying, throwing things, making threats, anything you can think of. Eventually, my cousin had to call Jordan's parents and siblings to come get her because she was refusing to leave. As they came and started packing her things, Jordan's mother tried reasoning with my cousin, saying she was taking things too far and that she didn't need to kick out her daughter. She also said that our family would pay for hurting her daughter, etc. After hours of packing and with most of Jordan's things out of the house, she looked my cousin in the face and said, "We are not over. This isn't over until I say it's over." This caused my cousin to change the locks and install security cameras all over the house. Once everything settled, my cousin slowly started getting back to her life. She changed her number because Jordan would send texts ranging from begging and pleading to threatening and harassment. As those continued, my cousin found 2 air tags in her car, which were not there before. So, my cousin asked me to check my car as well, and sure enough, I also had 2 air tags in my car. We thought that would be the end of it, but no. Jordan tried everything to get my cousin back, even going as far as trying to break into my cousin's house when all of our cousins took a trip to Canada. This led my cousin to get a restraining order. Even with all of this, we still have some positive light going on. So, I'm a tia, auntie, now. My brother and his girlfriend had a baby, so I have been helping out with the baby and settling into my role as a tia. And guess what? A wedding did happen. No, it wasn't my cousin and Jordan, it was my grandparents. They renewed their vows to each other on Friday, which happened to be their wedding anniversary. My cousin decided to give everything to them because it was already paid for. All she had to do was get the names changed. Since she had already arranged for our family to fly out from Mexico and different states, she didn't want to waste it. It was really nice. My grandma wore her wedding dress from when she first got married to my grandfather. It was a beautiful ceremony with lots of tears and, of course, a lot of partying afterward. We spent time drinking and just enjoying being with family, which was much needed. My cousin and I have gotten closer since all of this happened, but I won't lie, I can't help feeling responsible for everything. I also feel so guilty and bad because my cousin loved, and still loves, Jordan despite everything that's happened. She was so happy with her, the way she smiled and looked when she was with her hurts to remember. I know my cousin puts on a brave face, but deep down, I know she is sad. I never wanted this to become a personal issue, and I never thought a little thing over glasses and contacts could come to this. My cousin tells me I helped her dodge a major bullet because who knows what would have happened if they got married. If Jordan was acting like this now, imagine how she would have been if they had gotten married. As my tia told me, everything happens for a reason. So God made all this happen to show my cousin that Jordan wasn't the one. Everything will get better, and my cousin says thank you for all the advice you have given her. She will use it when she starts dating again, but not anytime soon, she said. Thank you to everyone who has listened and reached out to help.